I like that one.
That one was nice. Did you see the visual of it?
Like I saw it in slow-mo.
Yeah, it like popped like a commercial.
Yeah, like drop something in. Like the LaCroix commercial too.
Hi, girl.
Do you see those TikTok accounts that like make ads for products and they like splash the water on it and like shoot commercials for it for free?
Well, yeah, they're like, I hate to call them like side projects, but they're not like commissioned by the brand. I love those.
Yeah, they're just like, watch what I could do.
Yep. And half the time they're so much better than everything else we see.
All the time. I'm like, hire those people.
I didn't know I could feel like that.
Shonda Rhimes does it again.
What?
She dropped, it's called The Residence.
Dude, she like
The Residency
writes a lot.
Yeah.
Well, for being such like she's a producer is what you would call her.
Yeah, she has a whole
like Shonda Land or whatever.
Yeah.
For being such an iconic writer, producer, just creator. How do I say this? Like I feel like some of the greats only have a couple because they put so much time into each one, and then it's like every 5 years you get something and you're like it's the best thing, but it takes a long time. She's kind of like banging something out like every 2 years.
Yes,
average, if I can give it an average. And she's quick.
They're all so good.
They hit every time. Yeah.
This one's on Netflix. Like I said, it's called The Residence. I'm on ep 3 or 4, and it's a murder mystery. 8 episodes. Kind of a stacked cast. I don't remember any of their names, but
even if you did, I'd be like,
right.
Yeah.
It's really, really good. It's a classic whodunit. And I think it pays homage to a lot of different murder mysteries. Like the episode that I'm watching is called Knives Out.
Oh,
the first episode is called Fall of the House of Usher.
Oh,
like
wow.
It definitely, I don't know if all of them are named after like classic mysteries, but
that's cool.
It's really good.
God, you've said that, and then the other one.
Oh my God, the fact that you haven't watched Adolescence yet, Kristen.
And I want to. Like I've been seeing on my For You page. Like I'm not resisting. It's not one of those where I'm like I don't want to. I finished Severance.
Yeah.
I am almost done with Stranger Things, and then I'll do it.
If I don't watch multiple shows at once, huh?
I can't, because once I start, then I'll forget about the other one, and I need to like start and then finish, Or
I will say, like Adolescence, you can kind of watch in like, I mean, if you buckle down, you can watch it in one night.
Are they 30 minutes? Are they short?
No, they're a full hour, but when you're in it, there's only 4 of them. There's only 4 episodes.
Oh, I can watch that. Yeah, I can watch that in a night.
Yeah, and when you're in it, you want
to like keep going.
I was actually like, it was one of those shows, and this is rare for me, where it was like I was locked in. I didn't have my phone.
Like you're like just fully looking
glued to the TV the whole time.
Yeah,
the whole time.
I know. I need to watch it. It's on my For You page, and I've seen the like behind the scenes of how they're passing off the cameras and shit.
I wish you like would watch it before you saw all the.
I saw one, and like it's not a spoiler because A, it was zero context to anything, and B, like I'm already gonna be thinking that way when I'm watching it.
Well, it's just cool to see, like, clock it as it's happening, because you watch. I mean, that happens at the end of episode, I think 2. But the whole time, I remember the moment in episode 1 where I was like, oh my God, this is one scene.
Oh, so you had no idea what you were getting into.
No.
Gotcha.
And it was about 30 minutes in, and I was like, either this is great effects or they're actually not cutting.
This guy's working overtime.
Right. But I Googled it right away, and I saw that they're all one take. Mm-hmm. But when you see the drone shot, you're so like locked into the way the camera works for the first 2 episodes, but the second it starts to lift, you're like, wait, what's going on?
Oh, okay.
It's just really cool.
I'll still feel it.
Yeah, you will. It's just,
if anything, I'm going to be more like hyper
aware of it.
Every single move. Yeah. Of every shot. Yeah. I'm excited to watch it. Trust, like it's on my cover. It's Netflix, right?
Yeah.
It's on the cover every time I turn it on. Like I will watch it.
Yeah.
I will watch it.
Netflix is doing great.
Yeah, which I'm surprised, because I feel like
they go through phases.
They've always kind of fell flat for me, But up until God, I can't think. There's one show where I was like, okay, they got new writers. They got a new team. Oh, they do. Bridgerton is good. You're right. No, it was something else. I can't think of it right now. But yeah, I feel like they weren't good at first when they first became a streaming platform, and then something changed. Like,
yeah.
I think after they bought
Black Mirror
and they flopped that season. I won't say it's a total flop, but it's not nearly as good as the like OG UK writers and all that.
Right.
They were like, okay, fuck. If we're going to be the big wigs, we need to get the best people to write.
And I think they've done good since then.
Yeah.
Did you see the trailer for what season Black Mirror are we on now?
No, there's a trailer.
Yeah. It's one of those trailers where you're like, I don't know what's happening.
But like it'll give you the vibe of like where they're kind of going.
It definitely gives you vibe. Again, another stacked cast. Mm-hmm. I'm really excited for that one. I don't know if we have a date yet.
I think we did. Remember we looked this up.
Black Mirror?
Yeah. April.
June? Oh, April.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know.
Oh, you know what's April? Handmaid's Tale.
Oh, God, it's been so long. Maybe I'll rewatch the last season.
Okay, never mind. There isn't a date yet. I don't know why I had one in my head. But Handmaid's Tale, April 8th. The thing with Handmaid's Tale is every season, it's just getting more and more like, okay, this is getting scary now.
It's gonna be the scariest it's ever been.
Exactly, because I feel like when we watched the first season, we were like, whoa, dude, what if this would never happen? And
we've literally gotten closer and closer.
Yeah. So it's going to be a little different to watch this season. And I'm curious to see how
they kind of veer it towards reality.
Or if they're going to like run away from it and try and like go really wonky so that they avoid the
like ties.
The tie.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's got to be such a, I don't even know what word to give it, pressure to say the least, for writers and producers that do genres that are like realism like that.
Yeah.
To walk the line of like, you know, not mocking anything, not undermining anything, but also not like fear mongering or like, wow, just like what a team that must be to have to navigate how to correctly do such like a dark show. If there's even a correct way to do it. I'm using the wrong words, but you know what I mean.
I know what
like,
you mean.
Oh,
It's like Black Mirror. And I watched I want to say like season 1 or 2 Black Mirror episode just a couple of weeks ago. And it's crazy watching that again because like we have some of that tech now. Like that is realistic. Whereas,
ew, I kind of hate that.
Yeah. And you could tell as much as you can tell from the trailer that's dropped, they've like skewed far. So they did like the opposite of what we're talking about Handmaids might do or might not do.
Okay.
It seems like
escapism.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Whereas everything now when you watch the older seasons feels so relatable because like AI and VR.
Oh yeah.
That was VR. So foreign to us when that dropped, but now it's so real.
It's like everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
No, I would get dizzy.
For sure, but I even think about or like another example of this is the movie Her. Where he falls in love with the robot. Like that. I was actually talking about this in therapy today. My therapy session today was so good, but in the sense of like talking with a homie. Like we didn't do anything like about me. And I kind of walked away. I was like, I just paid this bitch to to
have a conversation.
Like, God, she's so cool. Like I love my therapist. Like we're so,
sometimes you need those sessions in between the heavy ones.
It's character building.
Yes.
Like I feel like those are like filler sessions.
Yep.
But anyway, we were talking about just like the, you know, meeting people in real life and how we're honestly the last generation, you and I, obviously she's older than us, but you and I are the last two people, the last generation that didn't grow up with a smartphone and like, you know, we're talking about how it's so hard for kids to pick up on like body language and eye contact. And like, she was telling me about like a psych eval that they do on kids where it's like a picture of just eyes. And they're like, what emotion are those eyes portraying? And like,
they don't know.
They get it wrong a lot because FaceTime isn't eye contact. FaceTime, like people think like, oh, you're still like talking, but like you're not connecting.
Yeah.
Like your brain's not firing the same way you and I looking at each other in the eye right now are so different. Yeah.
Oh,
So-
that's really scary.
Why did I bring that up? Oh, the movie Her.
Oh,
So him like falling in love with this literally
Voice.
AI, this
Yeah.
voice, like she was saying like that's it. A lot of psychologists fear that's how people are starting to fall in love. It's like with this idea of something rather than like the
Yeah.
physical, people meeting over the internet and everything, and like only staying internet friends and parasocial relationships and all that. Like there's beauty to it for sure, like connecting with people across the globe. And I mean, even my therapist, like
right.
we meet,
You've never met in
we've
person.
never met in person. And I said that. It was like to this point, she's like, I know it's crazy. I'm like, you know, the deepest depths of my being, and I have never shook your hand.
Yeah. And I feel like there's
So
still
there's beauty too.
there's beauty, but there's still some level of disconnect that you will
Totally.
you'll never bridge that if you don't meet in person.
Uh-huh. I'll meet her one day.
Yeah.
I always tell myself like, I want to like get lunch. Like
Where does she live?
in LA.
Oh,
Like
okay.
I think West Covina. I always tell myself like when and if she's not my therapist anymore, and like it's like not whatever the word is where you
Conflict of interest.
yeah whatever. I'm like I just want to get lunch with her.
Yeah.
like she's so cool. She has such a crazy story too, and I don't know.
What a gal.
She's just a cool girl. Do you notice anything different about me?
Well, I saw your story.
Dang it. Also, it's totally not kidding.
Yeah. What does it take? 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got Botox, you guys.
In your
In
forehead.
my forehead.
Do you feel the resistance?
Not really.
That's
kinda, like,
crazy.
quivering a little bit,
Those muscles, like you could. It's a very clearly. Wow. Did it hurt?
No. Lips hurt.
Way more.
Way more.
Wow.
Golly. Way more. It's so quick. I was in and out of there in 8 minutes. He did 5 points here, 6 points here. And the only thing that's weird, I was asking Bree so many questions before I went into, because Bree's like the queen of Botox. And she failed to tell me, and I think she did this on purpose because I think she knew it would freak me out. When they poke in, it does like a crack noise. That sounds super scary. It's literally just like it's like hearing the skin break.
Oh.
So that was weird. It didn't, not in like a painful way. You hear it, or I don't know if I'm hearing
You
it or if
feel
I'm
it.
feeling like the vibration of it that's creating like a.
That's so interesting
noise.
because like that didn't happen with your lip.
So I was asking him, I'm like, he's like, have you had Botox before? And I was like, I've had 2 lip flips. They're cool, but they last 45 minutes.
Right.
And he was telling me it's because so much blood is in our lips.
Oh.
So it
rejuvenates quicker.
way quicker. He was also saying it's like a squishier place to inject, whereas your forehead is pretty much bone. Like you don't really
It's
have
just
like
like
fat
skin
on
on
your
bone,
forehead.
right.
Yeah, skin, muscle, bone for the most part. I forget what layer he called it, but it's a certain layer in our skin, and that's what it's busting through, and that's what you hear.
Oh my God.
But I mean, it was so quick. They really are just pokes. Like whereas filler, it's like it's a lot more substance.
Yeah.
I
So it's
also-
like when you get the lip flip.
Yeah,
Like those
quick
pokes
like
are-
that.
yeah.
They just honestly those hurt a little bit more. Like
Yeah.
the lips, just this area is a little more sensitive.
And you just got poked with filler.
Right. So you're already like, fuck.
Yeah.
But I mean, even when our lip flips in October,
Oh, the second one.
I didn't get any filler with that. And
Right.
those hurt more than what my forehead felt like.
Yeah.
It's just a different spot. But I got what's considered baby Botox. So it's just like less.
Okay.
It's less, I think less pokes and less like amount.
Yeah.
Less strength maybe. I don't know. I'm still kind of learning.
Okay.
But yeah, because I was like, I don't want to be frozen. I don't want to be like, I can't like express at all.
Is it less units?
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. And I don't know. Brie asked me that too. She's like, how many units did you get? I don't know.
That's an
I should
interesting
call and
thing
ask.
too. Yeah, but maybe that's like a New York thing because I remember when you do like a lot of research on like Botox and fillers and everything, I feel like you hear like I got this many units. I got this many units.
Price per unit
Yes.
too. Yeah.
But I think it's because New York ups their price so much
Jesus
that
Christ,
it's not
yeah.
even like per unit anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, the unit thing is weird out here.
Yeah. And I loved that place. Like he was cool. He's like an older guy and he's a dermatologist, which I really liked because
Yeah.
he approached it from like that. He he didn't say like, oh, do you want to get filler too? Like he was like, what do you want? Okay, we'll do this. This is what connects to this and you're out of here.
Yeah.
Like he was very just like for me, whatever I wanted to do.
Right.
But now that I'm like not afraid of getting it because it was so easy, painless and like quick. I feel like now I would go anywhere, any other good spot. But like,
right.
I feel like filler's a little different because like
It's
placement,
so, it's
shape and like it's slightly more cosmetic in my head, whereas
Totally.
Botox seems pretty straightforward. It's been around since the 90s. Like it's a little more, it's just straightforward. So I feel like I'd go maybe like in the Bay somewhere cheaper next time.
Yeah.
I spent $350.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, compared to
What was our lip flip? The place we went for our lips.
yeah, I don't even want to say.
It's stupid.
So, and they they didn't just up their prices; they doubled their prices.
Yeah, we won't ever go there
we're not even gonna say that price because it's not even a real representation.
It's like 500 mil.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah,
500 million.
that's what we spent.
That's what we spent.
No, and they up the price in their filler too.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty happy with it. It was my little like turning 30 thing.
Yeah,
I mean I like looking like putting on my makeup this morning. The fine lines that were there. It's not that like they're gone, but this one already looks less deep.
Yeah, and
it's only day 2, so I can't imagine like just how it's gonna progress. And
would you do it anywhere else?
No. I like I don't mind crow's feet. I don't really have them to be honest. Like I feel like I don't squint my eyes a lot.
I'm definitely gonna have crow's feet.
But like I think crow's feet are beautiful.
I love crow's feet.
Yeah. I love my smile lines. Like I
would
didn't
probably
do it
do
to
here.
like freeze anything.
I'd probably do underneath
the jowls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine have always been big though, but I think it's my face. I don't think I have jowls in like a droop way. It's just like
that's just
literal
like
structure of my face.
Yeah.
So I don't want to fuck with that.
Yeah. I don't even know how that would react. Like
I would just
like change the look of your face.
Like me. Yeah. So yeah, the only other place I would consider doing it is my masseters for TMJ, and I would get that done by my TMJ doctor. But I don't know. I'm also like that. The TMJ thing really is just a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
So I feel like I would rather get to the root of my TMJ, which is clenching at night. But my night guard doesn't work either. I don't know.
Your night guard was a nightmare.
Yeah, it was. And it was 600 million.
That's crazy.
So now I'm 1,100 million in debt. Today's episode is sponsored by Quince. As you guys know, I'm turning 30 very soon this Friday, just reminding you guys. But all that to say, I feel like as I'm getting older, I'm really starting to appreciate the small luxuries in life. And Quince is my go-to for luxury essentials at affordable prices.
Speaking of birthdays, I also feel like Quince is a great resource for high quality gifts because you could get your loved one something nice without breaking your bank.
They have 100% Mongolian cashmere sweaters from like $50. They have washable silk tops and dresses, and they even have 14 karat gold jewelry.
Quince partners directly with top factories, so you actually cut the cost of the middleman and they pass the savings directly on to you.
Quince also only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices and premium fabrics and finishes. I love that.
They also have home goods at Quince, and I have their candle. I know you have one too, Kristen, and they smell so good.
I have the basil bergamot candle, and then I also have their robe. That's the one you guys see in my vlogs all the time. It's my favorite thing ever. It feels like a hotel.
So give yourself the luxury you deserve with Quince. Go to quince.com/oddvice for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns.
That's QUINCE.com/oddvice to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/oddvice.
Thanks, Quince. This episode is also sponsored by Lumi.
What a perfect time for this sponsor, because as it's starting to warm up, I'm starting to like refigure out what new scent, what new deodorant I want to get into. And we also have Sedona coming up, and Lumi has a whole body deodorant that I feel like will be so nice for like our hikes. And you put that deodorant anywhere on your body, not just your underarms. That's so nice for like active people.
I have the Lumi whole body deodorant in the scent Vanilla Bliss, and I feel like it's perfect for summer because I also want to smell good, you know?
Right, I don't want to sound like clinical.
Exactly. Lumi was created by an OBGYN who saw firsthand how normal BO was being misdiagnosed and mistreated. So it's clinically proven to block odor all day and control odor for up to 72 hours.
The deodorant is pH balanced for safe use below the waist, and all their products are baking soda free and paraben free. You can choose from a variety of fresh scents like clean tangerine, lavender sage, toasted coconut, and like Alex said, their new one, vanilla bliss.
Lumi's starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with the solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice like a mini body wash and deodorant wipes, and free shipping. As a special offer for listeners, new customers get 15% off all Lumi products with our exclusive code. And if you combine the 15% off with the already discounted starter pack, that equals over 40% off their starter pack.
Use code Oddvice for 15% off your first purchase at lumideodorant.com. That's code Oddvice at LUMIDEODORANT.com. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Smell fresher, stay drier, and boost your confidence from head to toe with Lumi.
Thanks, Lumi.
Oh, the day before. So I got this done yesterday. The day before, I got dry needling done in my back.
What's that?
Oh, it was kind of painful. It's like literally they stick a needle that goes deep enough to your muscle.
No.
And like break shit up in there.
Why?
Because my shit hurts. And it's through my like accident stuff.
Yeah.
Because my physical therapist is just like, it's not working. So I'm in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
My back's getting like worse and worse and worse. And it's getting to a point where I can feel the muscles like dead ass tugging down on the back of my skull.
Oh my God.
Like if I just relax, like this feels better to have my head tilt. Like the muscles are so tight, they're yanking down.
Oh my God.
So I went to a whole new doctor and he was so cool. He was like with the shits. He was probably like 35. Like he was young. He was cool. And he was telling me how he's like, I have been doing this for like 10 years now. And I have a very strong inkling that these muscles back here are the root of your migraines.
Oh.
And I was like,
interesting.
Really? He's like, yeah, I mean, you've had MRIs on your brains, like your brains, I know, your brain, one of them. And he said, because I was telling him how like sometimes my migraine medicine doesn't work. And he's like, I don't think you're having like neurological migraines. I think you're having like tension, like hypertension.
That was probably
migraines.
music to your ears.
Oh yeah. Because he was like, we're going to fix you right up. I'm not even worried about it. So he did that, like the problem spot that I always have in my back. He did my traps and he did my neck. I was so fucking sore that the rest of that day and the day after. Yes.
Ooh, how big are their needles?
It's kind of big.
Like long or like thick?
Both.
Oh.
But he goes in with an ultrasound so he can see the muscle and then he can see how far he's going with the needle to break up.
Do you watch
tissues.
it?
I can, but I didn't.
Oh, you should have.
I will next time. I was really scared.
Yeah.
I was kind of just focusing on like staying calm. But when he was done, I was like, that's it? And he was like, yeah. So now that I know what to expect, I'll be more attentive.
Ooh.
But yeah, so I'm gonna continue that dry needling. And then he said there's an injection he can do near my nerves to help. It's like a steroid injection to help break up the inflammation. Because he's saying like he was like, I would think you're like an Olympic athlete with how tense your muscles are, and I'm like, I'm not. Like,
right.
They're just that fucked up. And he was saying my muscles are so tense that that's why my arms go numb. They're literally like pushing down on the nerves because you have nerves underneath your muscles, and it's like it's just fucked. Like my back is really bad right now. So he's gonna break up the muscle tension, be able to get in there near the nerves. He won't ever poke a nerve, obviously, but put the steroid near the nerves to help break up that inflammation. He's like, and then watch, you probably won't have migraines anymore.
When is he doing this?
You kind of have to wait in between. Sedona kind of fucked it up. So I'm going to go after Sedona because going before would have been too soon.
So what did the dry needling do? Is that that's the inflammation?
Yeah, that's in the muscle.
Okay.
So now the next session he'll go
It's
with
going
the
deeper.
actual injection.
Got it.
And it's like fluid. Because
Got
this
it.
one, he injected, it starts with a B and he said it's the cousin of lidocaine. So with the dry needling, he injected that just to like help with the pain. Either
Nothing.
the pain's way worse without it or it didn't even kick in because that shit was very painful. But I'll do it. But the next time he'll actually go in with like an injection that's like medicine and like it'll stay in my body and for a little bit. I think the steroid lasts like 2 weeks, a week or two.
Once the steroid wears off, do the effects last?
So it's kind of the way he explained it is like we're playing catch up.
Okay.
So
there's gonna be a lot of sessions probably.
Yeah, a lot of sessions to like kind of break up the fascia and the just all the fuckery that my muscles have had around them for years now.
Right.
And then it's like I'm training them to relax. Like if you do physical therapy, like you kind of feel nothing for a minute. And then one day you're like, oh, wow, my range of motion's a little bit better.
Right.
Because I'm rehabilitating it every 2 weeks. It's going to slowly not be able to, like if I'm breaking up all the fascia every 2 weeks, it's not going to have the chance to
regrow
exactly
at the rate that it has been
because I've just been doing nothing.
Okay.
So
wow, that's exciting.
Yeah, I'm all needled up.
New back,
big back,
new forehead.
Yeah, new back, new forehead, needles everywhere.
Yeah,
at this point. Acupuncture, dry needling, and Botox.
This is 30.
This is 30. Yeah, wow, that really was like what happens to your body around 30.
I feel like you've had a lot of appointments.
Yeah, I just
going to appointments.
Hey, what do you do today? Oh, I got an appointment.
No,
like I
literally.
always have an appointment. I love appointments. I love checking in.
Yeah.
I love little questionnaires.
Yeah.
I love clipboards in the lobby.
I like when you can do the questionnaire on your phone before you walk in.
Ooh, I don't do that. I like to have the clipboard.
That's so crazy.
And then I practice my hand. Like I like my handwriting.
You know what I was thinking?
It's fun.
What did I write the other day? Oh, I was writing return to sender on all of my mail that is still coming for the tenant that used to live here before me. And I was doing all the RTSs and I was thinking like, I don't, because you guys know I don't take notes on like physically at all. I haven't written and like practiced my penmanship in a really long time.
Should we start writing each other?
Yeah, I think I'm going to start writing something.
Just get like a prison pen pal.
Oh,
that's kind of fun. I've always wanted to do that, but like I'll fall in love.
I tried to write my uncle in prison once and I drew him a picture, but they sent it back to me because you're not allowed to draw pictures.
It was like a code for something.
Yeah.
What was the picture?
Me and him in a park. The blueprint of the prison he was in.
It's a show, right? It was literally Prison Break. Like
yeah.
Or it's a tattoo though, right?
Yeah, I think it's on
yeah.
I actually never watched Prison Break.
I just have heard of it. Okay. Snack time.
What is it? I see an orange top.
Is
it something we know?
It is something we know.
Can I guess?
Yeah, you probably already know.
Is it jalapeno? Cheetos?
No.
Oh.
No, it's not something we know isn't something we've tried, but you know the brand.
Okay.
These are Takis, but the flavor is
Explosion. Why are they orange?
Sabor intenso al siguiente nivel.
Yep.
So get ready. That's the flavor. I wonder what I just said.
The jalapenos. Is it Novelle? No, I'm thinking Novella.
Yeah, so the cover looks like cheese and jalapeno.
Yum. Ooh, my mouth's watering.
I know. I think they'll be good. I wanted to pick something that I think would be good because I feel like I've been flopping.
I was gonna say you have a lot of redemption.
Any good ones? Here we go.
Great. Nacho cheese.
They're super stale. These are old.
I was gonna say, my thing about Takis,
What?
the flavor is always really good, but the chip itself
falls flat.
always falls flat for me.
I like the chip.
It's always just like a Frito.
What the heck is the expiration date? Because these have to be from 2009.
Yeah, they're interesting. They have an interesting taste.
They're just kind of cheesy. There's no expiration date.
That's super sus. They remind me of the nacho plate that you can get at baseball games, where it's like the chips, the cheddar, and then like the side of jalapenos.
Favorite.
Oh,
Yeah, they do kind of taste like that.
you know.
These are good.
Yeah, they're good. They're good.
They're the best I've done. I would eat the whole bag.
They're spicy.
I'm surprisingly fine.
Yeah. Maybe it's the Botox.
It numbed my tongue. I kind of was convincing myself afterwards, like my whole face, I couldn't move it. Like I had a little bit of anxiety after I got it done. Like, what did I do? Because I always thought freezing your muscles with Botox would make you feel limited. But like, I feel like I'm fully lifting my eyebrows right now.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it. Like
Right.
it feels normal to me. It just looks different.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's nice in that way. If you're someone who kind of relates to that, if you're like claustrophobic and scared of Botox, it's not like that. You're not like frozen.
I'm wondering if it'll change when it kicks in.
Well, to get more.
Can you do this? Thumbnail. Okay, we're back at it again. Happy last Monday of the month. Our general advice column.
Oh, yeah. It's the last day of March.
Is it?
Today's Liza's birthday, everybody.
Happy birthday, Liza.
Happy birthday, Liza.
Come on out.
Remember?
Okay, thank you to everyone who wrote in. Whoa! Did you see that jump?
That was so cool.
Good girl, Vixie.
That's a big jump.
Oh, wow. I'm such a problem. Okay, here's the first entry. It is called Possessed by the Devil, Sister-in-Law from Hell.
Jesus.
Please help. I'm scared. The backstory. My husband grew up in an extremely abusive household. His parents both come from Iraq to escape the horrible environment of the country, as well as the religious hate they endured. Christians living in Iraq are always in danger. He is the youngest of 3. He's 27. His brother is 9 years older, 37, than him, and his sister is 6 years older, 32. Very important information. Their dad used to physically abuse everyone in the house, his mom, his siblings, and him, from the time he can remember to 8 years old when his dad finally left, to the point where his mom had to live in her car away from her children while she was finalizing a divorce. His mom works 3 jobs to support herself and her 2 adult children. Both brother and sister still live at home and do not pay any bills. Oh, quick mention, they live in a 2-bedroom townhouse and his mom sleeps on the couch in the living room while his siblings have bedrooms. So his family, especially his mom, have suffered immense trauma. The very important side note, his mom is an actual angel. She does not have a mean bone in her body. She is one of the only golden humans I know. The relationship. I have been with my husband for 7 years and his sister has never liked me. They are very protective of each other for obvious reasons. I chalked it up to that unfamiliarity and the uncomfortableness that comes with new relationships. As time went on and the animosity never went away, I started to question what I have done to receive this attitude. I had chalked it up to several reasons. The first is the jealousy that I stole her brother from her. I was going to school 4 hours south of where we lived and found a job after graduation. So he made the decision to end our LDR.
What's that?
I don't know.
Long distance relationship.
Yep. And to come live with me. Since they came from a small family, his mom never remarried and neither of his siblings have either moved out or have been in relationships. I think she feels this need to keep him at home as well. I think she's also jealous because he's taking care of me. His sister, even though she's 6 years older, relied heavily on my husband to run her errands, demanding coffee whenever she wanted it, pick up and drop off food while he was out with friends, etc. When he moved away, she essentially lost a personal assistant.
Jeez.
Another reason, she is super religious and we live together unwed and hates that I'm making him sin. And many other dumb reasons. However, this is not what I need advice on. Although navigating our relationship is something I also struggle with because my husband and his sister are very close. He looks up to her a lot and really trusts her judgment about everything but his relationship with me. Okay, the story. In the past 2 years, her behavior has become erratic, scary, and dangerous. When her mom was finally able to move out of an apartment building with a money-hungry, abusive landlord, his sister started to become irrationally angry. When his mom was packing up the house by herself, because why would anyone help her? His sister was mad because she didn't know where her stuff was. So while his mom was at work one day, his sister shredded all of his mom's pillows with a knife and left the mess for her to deal with after working 2 back-to-back 16-hour shifts.
Psycho.
Yeah. His sister sent mom pictures of the mess with spam messages calling her stupid, saying she was the worst mom ever and that she, quote, ruins her life over and over again for hours. Due to another moving accident, I think the movers accidentally broke one of her dolls. She threatened her mom, saying that she was going to kill her dog. She told her that she had the dog in her car and was going to drop it off into a forest and leave it for dead.
Oh my God.
The dog is 12 pounds, if that makes any difference. His mom was at work and was panicking. One day she texted my husband and told him that she hates him because he didn't help pay bills, but that his mom asked her for help. She told him that if he wants to be a part of the family, that he needs to send his mom money for bills instead of her. She said it's not fair that he moved away and fucked off and left her with the responsibility. She said that if he didn't give his mom money, he couldn't ever come home. She has also texted my husband and says it's not fair that she has to help her mom clean the house when my husband does not have to help. Reminder, we live 4 hours away. These are all things she's done with no apology and has still received forgiveness from her family. The breaking point. This most recent event is what threw me off the edge. His family has lost their 15-year-old Yorkie, so have been very sad without his childhood pet. His mom decided that it has been long enough and bought another puppy. This enraged his sister. While his mom was picking the puppy up, she once again spammed her mom in texts. She was saying that she was going to kill herself and that it would be her fault, that her mom was the dumbest bitch she knows, continuously calling her the R slur, just the worst things in the world.
Oh my gosh.
She then went on to shred the couch with a knife. Remember, this is where their mom sleeps. And then, oh my God, and then lit it on fire.
Oh
yes.
my fucking gosh.
I'm like nervous laughing. Lit the fucking couch on fire. Then went on to say that if her mom brings the puppy home, the puppy will die. Crazy, right? Well, my husband stepped in and told her to relax and to stop acting that way. She responded with, "Fuck you too." A few hours later, she, quote, felt bad and texted the group chat of my husband, her, and her mom and said, "I'll replace the couch and get out of your lives forever. I don't want to live anymore anyway." So basically an apology from a narcissistic, manipulative sociopath. Her mom, of course, responded with love and said, "Don't worry about it. The couch has character." And my husband feels bad for, quote, being mean, even though he simply told her that she can't behave this way. She has them so manipulated and scared of her that I feel crazy for thinking differently. The question, what do I do? Do I just sit around and watch her go crazier and crazier? Do I hope she just stops and get better? Do I intervene? Do I argue with my husband about it? How do I bring our future children around someone with so much animosity towards me and not so secret rage and aggression? I love you both, an older sister who desperately wishes she had older sisters. Holy
This isn't just like a
no.
crazy in-law. Like, I mean,
she needs help.
She needs help. And like the animal aggression is what scares me.
That they say that's
They
where
say
it
that's
starts.
like a really, really big sign of just something deeper than someone who has a short fuse. Like this is, you're reading the situation accurately. I think I just want to validate you that you're not overreacting, even though you're not being validated by your partner or, you know, the mom or anything. But that's, like you said, it's a classic, like, narcissistic dynamic where she's manipulating them and then they're enabling her into that behavior more because they're validating it.
Yeah.
And it's a fucking dark dynamic.
To respond to that with love and brush it off.
It's
and
okay.
Say, it's
That's
okay.
character. That is so sad.
To the couch that you burned down.
That is so stabbing something with a like. This is so much more than somebody who's just like a bitch. Like this is
that was a psychotic break.
I mean, the title, what was it? An exorcism? Like
possessed.
Yeah, this is. I know you were being haha funny, but like
something's up.
Something's up.
As far as like what you could do about it, though, that's where that's the sticky part, because at the end of the day, like you can't physically drag her into a mental institution. I think the most you could do, and this is obviously based on your dynamic with your husband and the boundary there and how far you're willing to go with this. But if you can like lay all of the facts out for him and even come with like, I know you're not a professional, but like look into diagnoses.
Diagnoses?
Diagnosi. I don't know. Just like do some research on your end and maybe be like, look, she's showing signs of this. She's showing signs of this. Maybe that could just like give him some kind of inkling. Okay, maybe she should go see a professional.
An outside perspective. Yeah,
yes.
That's a good point because per your entry, like he's used to this. This is just
this is their
this
cycle.
Is just cis, like
no.
but like he needs to see that this is not normal behavior, and that's the sad part is like they probably, I mean, they know it's not normal, but in their head they're like, oh, that's just how she is, and it's like that's where the validating comes in, or the wrong validating comes in. Yeah, I would lay it out kind and gently because this clearly is like a touchy subject for him.
Yeah,
but more like lay it out more matter of fact rather than just like your opinion on it. Yeah. So he doesn't think it's like you're just saying like I don't like your sister. Like it's so much more than that.
And I honestly wouldn't even use any of the examples in this conversation with him. Don't use any of the examples where she acts a certain way towards you because I don't want him to be like the personal aspect of it, right? Exactly. Like use all of the clearly multiple other scenarios that you have where she's shown this kind of behavior. Yeah. And you can be like, look, this isn't normal.
Yeah. And I think bringing up if you haven't already, the point you said about like bringing kids around that, like
yes,
I would
it's
not.
So valid.
Oh my God. Yeah. That's like, what if they spill their juice on her carpet? Like, yes. Whoa. Like, yeah, you are so fucking valid, dude. Like this is actually the craziest fucking entry we've had in a minute.
A very long time.
Like
threatening death, threatening killing another being. Like that's it's making me like nervous,
scared.
Yeah.
Okay, this next entry, it kind of perked my ears because I had never heard of it before, and it's kind of cool. 90-10 rule on relationships. Have you heard of this?
No, but I saw the entry title.
Okay. Hello, this podcast and you ladies helped me leave my 5-year codependent relationship. Thank you. Please keep it on. I'm a girly and 25. Okay, I'm wondering if you've heard of the 90-10 rule about the first relationship after a serious breakup. Do you think there's any truth to it? Apparently, the first relationship after a big breakup will always end. Why? Your last relationship was 90% perfect, but that missing 10% is why you break up. So when you meet a new person with qualities that meet the crucial 10%, you become so attracted to them and you overlook any other red flags. Here is my lived example. Around Halloween 2024, I drunkenly messaged my high school crush that I thought was out of my league. This guy has a Ken doll physique, voluminous hair, and is ridiculously smart. In high school, we would banter, flirt, but never acted on it. My DM. If you can beat my costume, I'll buy the first coffee. I made the Pinterest mushroom hat and wore a see-through white top with my itty bitties out, lol. Those 30 seconds of bold drunk confidence led me to a whirlwind 2-month situationship. The 10%. He is self-confident in a non-egotistical way. We both studied psychology in university and would debate in his truck until 4 a.m. From the start, we were both honest about not wanting a full-blown relationship as we'd both dated codependent people and wanted to pursue our dreams. He goes to therapy and told me all the areas he was working on. He didn't take criticism to heart, and it led to us having calm, reflective conversations where if he called me out, I felt safe enough to be honest instead of reactive. My previous relationship could get hostile. His love language is acts of service and quality time, same as me. Guys, he rented a red 2025 Jeep Wrangler when his truck was being serviced because he remembered I had a red Jeep in high school and wanted to surprise me with it. Aww. Such a sweet gesture. Not to mention the sex was amazing because we both wanted to satisfy the other. Very hot, heavy, and I felt safe in his arms. He learned how to play crib for me, and we would play in fancy restaurants, to which he gave me the nickname Q for quirky. I love inside jokes and nicknames. Truly, I'd met a man, a life partner. The end. We were both tiptoeing around a conversation where we clearly both had strong feelings for each other, but both wanted to respect that I wanted to finish school and he wanted to advance in his career. Unfortunately, I was really sad and drunk because of other personal matters when we had this conversation, which caused me to be reactive. He brought up maybe pausing the relationship until the future, a very sensible ask, but I think I got scared of my heart breaking and I made a point to push him away and guard myself. I don't know why, but I always blow up relationships as they're ending. I think it stems from my low self-confidence. I began spiraling and told him things I knew would hurt and ended on my gotta have the last word mentality by saying, well, maybe we'll just leave this relationship in 2024. Knowing him and knowing I was being immature, he won't entertain a relationship with me again. We both removed and blocked each other on all socials. Wow. This happened a couple months ago, and I am still working on gaining self-confidence, so I don't fear losing or needing someone else, but I regret not leaving amicably. Reflecting back, there are some key differences. He's a homebody and I like experiences. He likes hotels. I like Airbnb. He's a last minute planner and I book a couple weeks ahead. He wants to make money. He has a great job so he can buy materialistic items like cars and big houses, where I'd rather pursue a job that helps people over a big salary. I find it hard to justify eating a $200 steak. I'm very non-judgmental on unconventional lifestyles, where he has made a comment about a family member being lazy because they still lived with their parents at 30. He also writes people off and will guard himself like me. He made a comment once about not having a lot of empathy. Oof. That's to like fully just like know and admit that. That's kind of, he isn't perfect, but he had qualities like pursuing emotional growth, having a friend quality to our relationship, and wanting to give me a good life that was challenging but hyper independent. I enjoyed feeling like I'd found somebody I could safely grow my character and build a solid, healthy relationship with. Do you think he was my 10% guy? Every guy since has not come close to this connection. Much love. Yeah, so I like this because
it tracks.
It does track. Like I think about my first love and then the relationship I got into after. Like
you almost do like a 180. Yep,
you overcorrect.
Yeah. Because thinking about my last big relationship and like all the situationships in between the relationship I'm in now, what attracted me to those men were the things that the guy before didn't have.
Totally. Like that. Yes. I love this. For your situation, I do think it could have been like it was rooted in safety. And, you know, you were, like you said, you were in this codependent relationship where that person's emotions came number one in every scenario, I'm assuming. And then this one was somebody who let you take the stage, let you take the mic, and really listened to you and made you feel equal. So yeah, I think it does apply in this, but I also think this was a whole other situation too. Like there's so many things here.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the 90-10 isn't adding up for me. Like I think we just do 180s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're right.
Does that make sense?
Because 90-10, that's a lot.
Well, and it feels like everyone after that 90 is always going to be the smaller 10. And it just, I feel like you flip-flop.
You flip-flop. It's like it's a cycle. Like,
yeah.
And you're like you're pouring, it's like,
yes.
You know what I'm about to say.
Yes.
You already know.
Yeah.
You're pouring a little bit into the cup and it's over time, it's a whole new glass of water.
Yes. Until you find like the perfect combo of people.
Yes, exactly. It's like, it's a science project in my head.
Yeah.
But
and I think
it just has a different name in my head.
And I think we hyper focus on these like very specific characteristics of everybody, right? Mm-hmm. So like the class clown who walks in the room and he's like, he cracks jokes everywhere he goes. You're going to hyper focus on that. And then the next guy you date, you're going to be like, okay, does he do that?
Yep.
You know, it's just, I think those characteristics that stick with you.
Yeah. But that's the beauty of dating too. Like that's why I really like this theory, if you will, because the truth behind it is like taking the things you like from the past person and, you know, those are your new values, but then also learning new things from new people that become your new values.
Yeah.
In the next run around until you find that last person and you stop doing that. But yeah, I like this. It made me immediately think of like, so like my first love was very, I mean, you remember he was like, if I didn't straighten my hair, he was like
really weird.
ew, like dirty hippie.
I remember you. That's so crazy. I remember you wore a denim jacket once,
you guys.
And he literally said, "Oh, you've been hanging out with Alex too much."
Yep. Like a crop denim jacket, like cute.
Well, it was when I was working at Brandy, and it was very.
It was in,
but it was very. It wasn't like Forever 21. Like it was very offbeat from what was currently like the College
trend.
Park trends.
Yeah, right. If I was wearing anything that wasn't a V-neck, skinny jeans, and Vans, it was like, who are you trying to be?
Yes.
And then after that, my next relationship was Scott, and Scott was so like, oh my God, be you, like be funky, dress however, like he embraced any type of style and creativity, and I was like, love that. I want somebody who just
so you like. You see this, you see this characteristic and you like pull yourself towards it, and then like you obviously learn about the person in full, and then I won't even call it a red flag, but like a flag will come up and you're like, oh, that's interesting, and then your next partner will have the opposite of that. Like you're just like wading through the pool.
It's like a braid almost.
It is,
like it's. I still feel like I'm not hitting it, but we're saying the same thing. It's like. Yeah, like you slowly,
like you're starting to like gather all of these things that you know you like.
Yeah. Oh, it's in my head. I'm like, I want to give it a better analogy, but we'll be here all day.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Okay, here's the next one. It's called It's Midlife Crisis Time, Baby.
Okay.
Hey, my lovely ladies. Thank you so much for giving us all a space to vent. It is such a blessing. I'd love to know how you both decompress after reading some of the heavy things that come out of this. Anyway, let me let you in on why I'm here. I've got a huge life decision to make, and I feel like no one is understanding the gravity of it, or I'm just overreacting. Please lay it on straight. For context, I'm 24 from New Zealand studying social work. I'm in my last semester of my degree and just recently found out that I need to do 2,000 provisional hours paid work experience before I can get my registration. I can guarantee that I screamed louder than you just did when I found that out. What is 2,000 hours?
Oh my God, it's got to be like 6 months.
Something like that.
2,000, right?
Yeah.
Or 20.
2,000.
Divided by 24. 83 days.
But that's working nonstop.
I know, but just to put it into like time.
Yeah, that's 83 days.
That's 83 days of nonstop. So that's probably 6 months then of work. Because 3 months is 60 days. 4 months is, so it's about 4 months. But then if, again, that I understand what you're trying to say. 24 hours. I'm going to say 6 months.
Probably double, probably like 8. Because thank you.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
8 12-hour days.
Right.
And like less than, it's probably like a full year.
It's probably like a
Let's find out. You probably say it.
Yeah, it's gonna be the next sentence.
Okay. I've got 2 options to choose from as far as my future stands. I can stay in New Zealand, finish my provisional hours, which will take about a year.
Okay. Well, we were right.
Yeah, we were. And then move over to Aussie with my Aussie with my registration and my studies behind me. Pros, done studying. Cons, I don't know that my mental health can handle being in such a turbulent field right now at such a young age. Second option is move to Aussie in 3 months once I finish this degree. Potentially be able to do my placement in Aussie, have to 100% clarify that, but like live my life and go back to it when I'm older and have worked on myself and my mental health. Pros, learn, live, laugh, love, grow up. Cons, there's always a possibility I won't go back and finish what I started. Option 2 is what I'm rooting for. I just need a little shove, I think. I don't know. Please make my decision for me. I'm a Libra. Ooh. And this is making sense. And that's not in my vocab. Love you both so effing much. Please take care of you. From your favorite follower in little old New Zealand. Kisses, kisses.
A Libra has come to the two best zodiac signs to help you with the decision.
Yes.
You have the impulsive one, but then the one's going to be like,
the logical
let's think
one.
real quick. So I'm going to say always prioritize your mental health. If you think you're not going to be able to handle a heavy field, I would not even chance it because it could fuck you up.
And here's the thing.
Not to like put fear in it, but it's reality.
Yeah. And I think if something is steering you elsewhere, I think that is your destined path, right? So like if you feel like you're not mentally prepared for it right now and you don't end up going that direction, you might find something else. I feel like when you mentioned your fear here was that you might not go back. I feel like that is also okay.
That has a meaning within itself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you don't go back, then it was never meant to be in the first place.
Yep.
So I think trust your gut here. Oh, that was option 2, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you were rooting for option 2?
Option 2. Yeah.
I like option 2.
I think, give your Libra self some credit. I think you, as much as you're a Libra, maybe you have something in your moon or your rising that's helping you out here, but like you're making sense.
Yeah.
I would
option 2.
I would go option 2.
Yeah.
There's your shove. Okay, next entry. Want friends but don't have the mental capacity. Hello, ladies. I hope you're having a wonderful day. This is my first time writing in, even though I've been listening to the podcast for years now and haven't missed an episode.
Whoa.
Hello.
You know actually everything about us.
Everything about everything ever. You two have been with me through so much, like moving halfway across the world, being in my first relationship, and living on my own with my partner for the first time. Even though we don't know each other personally, it feels like you've been there to hold my hand through so many life-changing situations, so thank you for that. Anyway, let's get into it. I'm a girly in her mid-20s who hasn't had a long-term friendship since I was a teenager. To give a quick backstory, when I was around 14 years old, I had a friend since childhood that was like a sister to me that was facing a lot of mental health issues. She was the only friend I truly felt like I needed and connected deeply with ever since we were kids. I've never been someone who needs a lot of friends. Well, long story short, she was facing a lot of mental health struggles, stopped coming to school, and I pretty much lost touch with her. We talk now and then, but we don't live in the same country anymore, so it's hard to keep a consistent friendship. Even when we did live in the same country, we didn't keep in contact much due to what happened when we were kids. There was never any bad blood or anything between us, and I still consider her a sister. We sort of just lost touch. What happened to her, and then in turn to me, we were just kids deeply affected, and I have been struggling to make and keep friends ever since. Being in my mid-20s now, I've gone through so much life without having any close friendships, but I do want to have friends. I've just grown so accustomed to being alone. I have a partner, but I meant alone as in not having friends. My mental health is also all over the place, and I'm very bad at reaching out to people, keeping in touch, and making plans. I'm introverted, so I need a lot of alone time, and I'm mostly pretty happy to be on my own. How do I make friends when I feel like I don't remember what it is to be a good friend to others anymore? And when I feel like it is so hard for me to keep up the effort that it takes to maintain friendships. I think I have trauma from what happened to my friend when we were kids, and I suspect that it has affected my inability to make friends ever since. Also, if you all want to analyze if that's true, you're more than welcome to. I would go to therapy, but I'm also terrified of it, and I don't know why. Hopefully there is enough information to go off on. I didn't want this to be too long. Thank you for taking the time to read this, and please keep it on. Yeah, I think this is totally a reaction to something that it's a trigger for sure. And I don't think you're alone in it though. I think this is why it is so important to like, not throwing you down or anything, but like to heal from our past so that you're not afraid of future friendships.
Mm-hmm.
You were a kid though, so please give yourself that grace. You internalized it the way you had to keep yourself safe. But yeah, it's easier said than done, but I would try and really give it a fresh slate. Every friend is so different, and you're also X amount of years older now. It kind of made me sad to hear that you're like concerned about your ability to even be a good friend, because I think there's no just like one answer into what a good friend is. I think it's purely dependent on the the two people in the friendship. It's a cocktail of two personalities, and
it's whatever your natural reaction is.
Yeah, and two, it's like you're a human. Like, we're, as much as you're an introvert and all those things, like, we are creatures of tribes and packs. Like, we make friends, and we are friends by nature. So I wouldn't worry about you. Like, it's not like you're walking into like an Italian class not knowing anything at all. Like,
right.
You're a human.
You
dude.
know
like,
how to be human.
You clearly can hold a partnership, a romantic partnership. Like,
it's a lot of the same foundational practices.
Totally. And I wouldn't sell yourself short, but all that said, that's kind of what does tell me it's more of like a trigger situation, because you're in a good relationship. So
right.
Like that's not the problem. If you were like isolated, maybe there's something different there, but
like clearly this is a muscle that I think is very hyper focused on this, traumatic event that happened when you were younger.
Yeah.
But I think Kristen kind of mentioned this earlier. You're now older, and the beauty, kind of touching on the introverted aspect that you brought up, the beauty of adult friendships is just that we're all adults now, and there's none of that pressure that you have when you're a kid, where like you have to see them every day at school, and if you act a certain way, it means a certain thing. Like, we're all adults now, and we all have our own lives, and if you don't have the mental capacity that week to reach out to your friend, then you don't. But that also means that your friends in your adulthood are also aware that you are still their friend.
Yes.
We're all adults now, and that pressure really does dissipate once we get older. So it will be a new experience for you. So I hope that is somewhat of a light at the end of this tunnel. I think it will just take practice and just putting yourself out there, but try not to be so hard on yourself.
Yeah, practice and communication with said new friendship. Like, you're, say you make a friend tomorrow, and it doesn't need to be this like formal, like, hey, I need to let you know. But like, in conversation, when you're just naturally getting to know each other, you can drop things that tell the other person, like, yeah, I'm, I don't like to go to bars, or, whatever your don't like list is. You can kind of slowly spitball that, and they'll do the same. Like, that's just how you get to know people. So you will find friends that are like you, and you won't even have to worry about this, like, oh, I have to like over communicate who I am. Like, they're going to know you the way that you know them. And if your battery's feeling low, then that means you meet for coffee, and that's it. And you can go home the rest of the day. Like Alex said, it's just having friends doesn't mean you're with them 24/7. Like your friendship could be as big or as small as you have the capacity for. And there's a lot of beauty in that. So no need to fear. It will totally be natural. Just be yourself though, because that's how you're going to
find the people that
are like you,
are the same.
Yeah.
Don't understand what you're going through.
Yeah. Don't feel like you need to like shape shift into this new type of person to start making friends. Like,
that's
the last way you want to make friends. I'll tell you that.
I'd rather have no friends than the friends that will be attracted in that way.
Yeah. Like, you have to be a certain friend, but that is what it was kind of like growing up.
Right.
So like, valid for you to kind of have that mindset, because that's what it was for your last friendship. But you're safe now. You don't have to do that anymore. You nailed it, Alex. Like, adult friendships are so beautiful in that way, because you're an adult. Like, there's no like drama, or at least I fucking hope not. Like, I hate to hear adult friendships that do have drama, but generally they don't.
Right.
Like, you don't.
Once you grow up,
it's not like you
were acting funny in history class today. What's up?
You wore that shirt. I bought that shirt too. Like,
imagine.
Now I want to match with all my friends. Like, now it's
hey,
cool
you got this? I'm gonna get this.
Like, cool. Like, send me the link. I'm gonna order it too. Yeah, have fun with it. It's good stuff.
Okay, here's the next entry. Hi, girlies. This is my first entry, and it will be short, as I need your advice desperately. How to handle and survive getting married to a mama's boy. My very soon-to-be husband is an only child and has grown up in a healthy, sharing everything family. His mom especially does everything for him, and he has an open relationship with his parents. On the other hand, I'm the complete opposite. Whenever I try saying something about it, it just comes out as me being toxic and not used to the fact that they just want to help us as a young couple. I'm 27 and he's 31. FYI, we will be staying in the same house with them. Oh,
Whoa.
there's the kicker.
That changes a lot.
Everything. But their help is disguised with them actually interfering with everything and not allowing us to have our own life, especially our beginning of the married life. Of course, my fiance does not see a problem here as they are his parents and I'm an outsider. I do not want to hurt their feelings, but also I cannot ignore my own. Any advice on how to make balance here is highly appreciated. Thank you for everything and love you lots. Rainy greetings from Bosnia. This is really hard because I feel like my first instinct is to get out of the relationship.
Yeah. No, this might be a trigger.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a trigger.
I saw it and I was like, Alex, you should read this one.
This is really tough because you're living with them.
Yeah.
And I think maybe it was the Patreon episode or maybe it was the last episode, but we kind of talked about this. If you're living under their house as adults, like it is whatever they say goes.
House rules.
But also like do not invalidate your feelings. And I'm not sitting here to invalidate your feelings. What you're feeling is very fucking valid. And that's coming from me who was in a very similar relationship.
A survivor.
I'm
a mama's voice survivor.
I am a mama's voice survivor.
That's it. That'd be a good shirt. Like that would kill a TikTok
Ooh,
shop.
I bet you it's on Etsy.
For sure.
I should find it.
It's so good. Yeah, the house thing is hard.
It's hard.
I would establish some boundaries, like if the door's closed, you don't come in. So you guys
Right.
can kind of treat your room as like your quarters, because it is. It's, you know, look at it as like it's your safe space to be able to kind of get away from it all. I would also, if you don't already, I would prioritize like date nights and like things outside of the house.
Good point.
To create a just a, you know, a different story, a different like life outside of home. And that could just be fun too. I think you guys can get really creative with that. And if that means, because you know, you're probably gonna have dinner with them a lot, like maybe twice a week, even if it's like you make dinner and you go sit at a park and eat it, or like, call me crazy, but I love eating in bed.
Mm-hmm.
Like have nights where like you bring dinner to the room and like close the door and like have a date. Like it doesn't need to, I say that because I don't feel like it needs to be this like extravagant money thing.
Yeah. But that's a good point. Prioritize time like actually separated from the family.
Yes. And like decorate your room together and like make it like yours as a couple. Yeah.
It's hard because like me being triggered right now is like his family will have a hard time with you guys doing that.
Yeah.
If that's the scenario.
If it's,
I could
if it's
be
the same severity.
I'm probably projecting, but like if you do get met with that, why aren't you guys eating out here? Why aren't you guys eating out here? I think it's important to, like Kristen said, set those boundaries early. Like
right away.
Right away. Let them know that you guys are also still adults. Mm-hmm. You are freshly married. And while you appreciate their help and everything that they've offered you thus far in like getting you guys on your feet in your marriage, you also want to appreciate this time that you guys have just together.
Hell yeah. Honeymoon.
So if you just like phrase it in that way, make sure to throw in a compliment and a thank you.
Of course.
Every now and then to please mom. But yeah, that's a tough one.
That's really tough. Take it day by day though. And I would say like keep your feelers out if you start feeling any resentment towards him.
Yeah.
Nip that quick. I don't want this situation to put like throw a wrench into your beautiful marriage, like subconsciously. Because I feel like that can happen. If you're already, I mean, you're writing in about it. If you're already kind of like, fuck, this is about to happen. Like just stay more open than ever with him.
Yeah.
About how you're feeling and, you know, let him know he could do the same. I think that would be a healthy way to tackle it. Okay, next entry. It's called Mommy Issues LOL / Hannah Montana. Like, where is this going? You fully got me with the Hannah Montana.
Oh, yeah. Does Miley Stewart have a mom?
Isn't she dead?
Of course she has a mom. Oh, she died? I don't remember.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
It's Brooke Shields.
Oh,
yeah, she's
dead. Right.
Kind of dark.
Yeah.
Right? She died. Yeah. I'm pretty sure she died.
Do we know how?
They probably wouldn't have done that.
No.
I feel like Disney wouldn't tell you how. Let's see. Maybe she tells us. Maybe that's what this is about. Hey gals, where to begin? What do I need? What I need is to figure out how the hell to untangle mommy issues as an almost 25-year-old woman. Oh, and you can call me Hannah Montana if you want. Okay. Hannah Montana. Oh, I get it because look at their name.
Oh, cool.
That's cool. Anyway, I love my mom, but it feels like it is impossible to have a healthy relationship with her. I know we throw the word narcissism around a lot, but she really fits the picture. She's someone who always picks fights and finds ways to be upset about everything. But I can understand how easily frustrated she gets or how distracted or tense she is. She's a hardworking badass who has been through a lot of shit. But it's hard when it makes someone lash out at you or make you look like the bad guy. I also understand that as a late bloomer in life who is trying to get her life together, I am a disappointment to my mom, but she feels too guilty to say it. So instead, she just feels it and it creates all these unspoken resentments. But if I try to point that out, I get yelled at or gaslit. Anyway, I know I'm being too personal and also there's so much more I could say, but I can only fit so much of it on an actually readable email. Do you have any advice on how to deal with a sort of narcissistic parent who you still live with? Anyway, I love y'all. Sent from my phone. Oh, Hannah Montana, I want to hug you. That last part where you said you kind of almost validated her putting you down for feeling like you're, I'm put fat quotes, disappointment.
Yeah. That was very clear. Yeah.
Like that broke my heart to read. I don't even need to know what your day to day looks like. I don't need to know anything about you to still confidently tell you you are not a fucking disappointment. And I'm so sorry her reactions and her internal demons and projections have made you feel that way. I don't say this to villainize her at all. I'm not trying to, do that, but that's clearly what's happening here. And that's a lot for you to carry. So for what it's worth, from somebody that you've never met before, you're not a disappointment. And I really, it just breaks my heart to hear that that's how she's making you feel. But that is a classic narcissistic pattern. Yeah, tendency. We won't go throwing it around, but because you're right, it does kind of get thrown around a little crazy nowadays, but that is a tendency. I'm not going to call her a narcissist, but I think it's weird to call it an exercise because that feels clinical, but follow me here. A good exercise to do is like when she yells or gets frustrated at you or whatever, don't validate it. Like even if she comes home and tells you about her crazy day that she had at work and then an hour later snaps on you for something, allow yourself to feel that anger of her snapping at you before you're like, oh, she did have a hard day at work.
Right.
I think that would start to consciously and subconsciously validate your reactions and in turn help your confidence here. I think it's a lot easier said than done because this is especially a mother wound. Like I get it. It's decades. It's built into you from when you were in their fucking womb. Like get it. But I think little things like that can help you kind of detach from this like really dark cycle. Yeah, I think the not validating it thing is really important because we all have hard days at work. We all have bad moods. We all have parts of us that make us a badass and all these things, but none of that validates being an asshole. Right. I think as a society, we have gotten so caught up on like enabling such shitty behavior and like just because your past was one way, like, and this is a generalized statement because I understand PTSD and there's so many like real things that actually do stay with you from your past. I'm not dismissing that, but like a bad day at work does not make it okay to
lash out on your daughter.
Yeah. So let's cut that real quick. And I think that was like a kind of a big pattern I had to break in my own head as I've healed my relationship with my mom. Cause I did the same thing for years. I would validate like, oh my God, well, she, we were really broke and she was stressed coming home from like, honestly, really similar to your entry. But then I was like, okay, but that doesn't warrant smacking me in the head because I asked where the mayonnaise was. Like,
Right.
It's so sad to see all of us, like children of any type of abuse, to just like validate these like not right actions. Put yourself in her shoes. Would you like, no, you wouldn't whip your kid coming home at, don't get me started. I hate it.
There will become a point when, like Kristen said, once you start to get a little bit more confident in these scenarios, where she'll kind of clock like, oh, you're not under her thumb anymore. Mm-hmm. So I think the more you like put yourself in those situations and you allow yourself to feel the things you're feeling and not let those unspoken moments be the opportunities for her to gaslight you, you'll kind of break away from her chains and she'll want to stay there forever. That's just like the textbook narcissism where she's trying to keep you under her thumb. Yeah. But I think what's important for you is just to like break those chains for yourself.
Yeah. But throughout that, don't worry about trying to like tell her why you're acting different. Right. Don't try to convince her or heal her or because I think that's her reactions.
That's where the gaslighting. She'll take that opportunity to like gaslight you, but focus on yourself.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the best way to pull power away from a narcissist is just start worrying about yourself. Yeah. And when they start acting some type of way, do the thing you need to do, remove yourself from the situation, whatever it is, but don't be like, because it's, you know, natural to defend yourself and be like, no, you're acting like this, so I'm gonna leave. Like, it's natural for us to kind of say why we're reacting because it's a way to like hold a mirror to somebody. Yeah. But a narcissist, they're just gonna yell louder. They don't care. Like, don't add fuel to their fire to their fire. Just like do you.
Yep. Yeah, because that's what's scary to a narcissist when you break those chains and you're like on your own path and you're worrying about yourself, but you don't care about their reaction anymore.
You have like, you got your own power back and they're like, whoa,
wait, what?
Wait. That's funny.
Okay, this is going to be the last one. It's called Cat Poop is Ruining Our Friendship. Hi girls. First off, love you both. My fave creators out there. I've been a loyal listener since y'all were on the bed during COVID, but I need some advice and I'll admit it's kind of stupid.
What a crazy way to label that season.
Yeah, bed during, but like so accurate.
No, yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
Wow, the bed. The way that bed moved to 4 different sets.
Yeah, and it started really sinking in towards the end there. It hurt our back.
I wonder where that mattress is.
We sold it, didn't we? We sold that whole ensemble, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, to the halfway house next door.
Yes, exactly.
Good for them.
I wonder if they still have it. And they have our couch.
Yeah, they have a lot of our stuff.
I wonder if it's still there. Can someone go check Auckland in North Hollywood?
Okay, continuing. So I moved into an apartment with 4 other girls this winter. I only knew one of them. She was my roommate in college a couple years ago, and we've been great friends since. That is until this cat problem. Right when I moved in, she decided it would be a good time to adopt a cat. We will call her Whiskers. I love how
we will call her Whiskers.
Like we can't know the cat's name.
Yeah, wait. It's probably like Luna too. Right. Like it's every cat name.
It's probably Whiskers.
Yeah. Right. I always think about that when people do like let's call them. I'm like, you can just say the real name now because you're phrasing it like it's a decoy.
Right.
That's cool.
Hey girl. She knows we're talking about cats. Meow. Okay. You say cats are cool and all. No shade, Vix. But I'm definitely more of a dog person. Well, I work from home, so suddenly Whiskers and I are chilling together every day, and I even start to really like the cat. The issue is her actual owner, my friend and roommate, works long hours out of the house pretty much every day, and her litter box is in the living room. Ooh. I work at home from the living room a lot, and that shit stinks. She also be pooping on the floor fairly frequently. Okay, that's okay.
Yeah.
My roommates and I also have to feed Whiskers all the time while she's at work. I'm starting to get really annoyed that these issues are my problem when I never agreed to take care of a cat in the first place. Any advice on what I'm supposed to do in this scenario or how to go about addressing it? These issues are causing a bit of a rift in our friendship, and I'm even starting to resent Whiskers, and I'm a huge animal person. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh.
I don't know why it's funny.
I just picture you like piss at the cat all day. But like, I get it.
No, this is really valid.
And I'm a huge animal person, so that makes me feel guilty. Overall, I just want to save our friendship and just have a better living situation. Anything y'all can share as former roommates and current pet owners is appreciated, as this is my first adult apartment, so I feel kind of lost. For context, I am home the most out of all my roomies as someone who works from home, so I'm affected/annoyed most about all of this, leaving me sort of on my own with these problems, which sucks. Thanks, guys. Anonymous. By the way, much love to Vixen and Linky Poo. Oh, Jesus, thank you.
I feel like this is
Have you brought this up?
yeah, I mean that's
That's
go
step
number
one. Yeah. I feel like step one is starting this conversation with her, and I feel like it could solve a lot of problems if you haven't brought it up yet.
Yeah.
If you just say like, hey, look, I love Whiskers. I love Whiskies. But this cat at the end of the day is your responsibility. I would really appreciate it if like these duties weren't left on my plate, especially during my work day. I feel like people who work from home are often seen as like, oh, you have all the time in the world.
Right. It's like, no, I'm still
No,
working.
I still work.
You still need to be like available.
Exactly. So have the conversation. I would also just, I don't know if this is like petty, but just don't do these things.
I was literally just going to say that.
Yeah.
Because she's probably like, oh my God, my roommates are so cool with it. Like they help me out with everything. Like this is great. And because you're doing it out of the kindness of your heart, which like, bless you. But if you stop she can't like be mad that you're stopping, but I think it'll give a clear sign to like, hey, like I'm
it's
not
my
doing
cat.
this. Yeah. Like here and there would be one thing. Like honestly, that was something that I always loved and appreciated that Alex would help me with. Like when I was like super depressed and I would sleep until like noon. Yeah. There was a period of time there where Alex was feeding Link every morning for me for like, that was probably like 3 months. Like I was I was down bad.
You also went through the worst breakup of your life.
No, it was super bad. She helped me out a lot. She really came through. But again, that's circumstantial. That's different. You did that out of the kindness of your heart. I loved and appreciated it every time, and like forever will appreciate that.
But I think the important thing to know is you never expected it from me after the fact.
Hell no.
Right. But like here,
I felt like shit.
This is where the situation may be different. I feel like if you've gotten yourself into this routine of just like quote unquote doing it because you're the one that's home.
Yeah.
I feel like she might then just be like, oh, Sarah's home. She'll do it.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So if you need to have that conversation, I think it's definitely worth having.
I would like leave the poop on the ground so that she saw it when she got home. Be like, hey, Whiskers pooped over there. I didn't have time to pick it up.
Yeah.
Like,
and like,
things like
to be honest, that was a boundary I set with myself. Like if Link was pee girl.
Link did not poop in the house.
She didn't poop in the house, but she was pee girl.
She's pee
but
girl.
I would always say like, oh, Kristen, Link's pee girl. And like, obviously Kristen would clean it up. But like, if I started cleaning it up, then I would feel like, oh, that's also my task. Yeah. But at the end of the day, like, not your pet, not your pee girl.
But it's also crazy because if you ever did, I'd be like, whoa. Like it would make me feel so shitty. So I say that because
as a pet owner, like,
yeah, there's clearly something here where she's like not having
like,
that.
does she think it's the house cat?
Exactly. That's what like Link has lived with you and I. Link has lived with you, me, Leanna. Like Link has lived with like the Bellingham house. Like Link has lived with people other than her owner.
Yeah.
And I've always known like this is still my responsibility, but that's probably a common thing when people have like bring pets into shared living spaces. It does kind of become, because I feel like Auckland, like on like a love level, she was the house dog, but at the end of the day, I was still gonna like take after her. So I think that's the gray area that this roommate that the writer is talking about is like taking advantage of.
Yeah.
Taking
advantage of.
Yeah. I would be mortified if like you ended up cleaning it up
and it was happening every day. And like, maybe she doesn't know. Like if, that's, you know,
that's why I would leave the poop.
Right. So that she knows this is happening during the day. Also like something like maybe take the cat to the vet because that's not normal.
Yeah. That's a little different. That's kind of crazy.
But as far as the smell, I know none of what we're saying is actually solving your problems, but
I think it's helping.
Yeah, it should help.
Yeah.
As far as the smell, I think it's also worth having a conversation where you ask like, or you even just bring up, hey, the litter box is in the living room and like I'm home all day and it does smell throughout the day. Is there any way you could put the litter box in, you know, this closet or maybe in your room? Like I've seen all over, when I was doing a whole bunch of research on litter boxes for Vixen, I see so many people who have the litter box in their room because they have roommates.
And
like,
I think that is such
so valid.
a way to do it.
Yes.
This girl in my building I became friends with, she has a cat and I actually like, I want to send you the link. I'll ask her for it. I know you like your litter box though, but I don't know. Anybody else listening? It looks like an entertainment system center like thing.
Oh.
It has a door that slides shut, but there's like one small hole that the cat can fit through.
Yeah.
But it's like an insulated thing, but it looks like furniture.
Yes. Yeah.
Like
those are
like
really cool.
Yeah. Something like that. Like
suggest that.
I would be like, would you be open to, and then
Yeah.
say the change. Like it doesn't need to be this crazy confrontation. Like, because I know you said you're worried about what it's doing to your friendship.
Yeah.
So it doesn't need to be like an argument, but you know, it's just as much your house as it is hers and the next roommate. So I would speak up because it is only going to get worse.
Yeah. Or just get the cat to start paying rent.
Yeah. You could do that.
Link has a lot of rent that's owed.
Link is in so much debt. And now I have to take her to the vet again.
Oh.
Link has a tick, you guys, in her neck. Did you get the video I sent you? Did it come through okay?
Yeah. It's a tick.
I think it's a tick too.
You felt it?
Yeah.
You didn't try and...
No, because the small chance it's not, and I'm like pulling at a skin tag. I'm like I don't want to like create an infection, and
yeah, just wait. Her appointment's
she's getting in tomorrow. Yeah, so keep her in your thoughts and prayers. Well, I guess it's in the past by the time the episode's out. But I was thinking, like, why does Link always have some little hiccup before my birthday? Remember her hematoma was before London?
Oh yeah.
And I swear last year she had something before my birthday too. I feel like she knows like the attention's about to go off of her, and she's like, "Ow, my arm hurts."
She's acting out. She knows you're about to
She
travel.
got the tick on purpose.
Probably, bitch.
Little bitch. Oh, I love my girl. She's so cute. Do you see the picture of her asleep in my hand?
Yeah, that was really cute.
Oh my! She has been exceptionally cuddly at night.
She knows you're about to leave.
I know.
Do you have your luggage out?
No. I think I'm gonna like lock her in the bathroom so she can't see it.
Yeah, do that.
You guys probably relate. Like once your animal sees the luggage, oh, she gets so sad. Her head
she
gets all low.
It's okay.
I wish I could bring her.
You should just force her to fly.
Maybe I should get a PJ.
Oh yeah.
Imagine. I wish we had PJ money and we could just like.
I would be PJing all over the place.
I would PJ to Manhattan from here.
Yeah.
But like PJ to Sedona, isn't it like it's like
there's
just a charter, not even to own is obviously a cajillion.
30,000. Do you see the guy on TikTok who it's a charter company and he gets the phone calls of like all these fucking rich little girls who are like, we need a PJ to Vegas this weekend.
I've seen this guy. Oh my God.
And he's like, okay, yeah, that's going to be $30,000. And she's like, okay, yeah, just charge the card. I'm crying.
Imagine blowing $30,000 on
a flight
transportation.
Yeah.
Not even like
that's not even the trip. That's not even
like it's just literally to get there.
And like my thing is these are people, at least the people in the TikToks that I see, these are people who like, I don't know who you are.
But that's like, those are the silent killers.
Those are the
people
rich
that have the
ones.
real money. It's when you have money, but you're not a celeb, you have real money.
Yeah.
Like that means like.
But those are the people like, I understand to an extent when celebs want their own form of transportation because like the nightmare that is going to the airport and like being bombarded by fans and all of that. So like you want a more private way to get to wherever you're going.
Totally.
But like the people who are just rich, no one knows who they are. Like you can sit first class.
Right. Just get Delta One.
Right.
Get JetBlue Mint.
Exactly. Us hating.
Save a buck. Save a buck.
Save the environment.
That too. It's super bad.
It's so bad.
Ugh. Have you watched Honora yet?
Yes.
That fired me up.
It was so
I loved
good.
it. It was so good.
It was good, but it wasn't movie of the year material to me.
I didn't think so either.
I
did really like it,
It was
though,
good,
God.
and I was into it. But
Yeah.
like, I also like Dune 2 should have fucking won.
I haven't seen it, but I know it's
Oh my god!
remarkable. I know. I understand.
Can you watch them?
Hell no. It sounds so boring.
It's not. The first one is. The second.
I'm not gonna watch it.
The second one is
Can
actually incredible.
Can you tell me about the first one and then I'll watch the second one?
No fucking shot.
I actually will never watch Dune.
You can watch the
Got Spark Notes.
no, yeah.
Oh.
So my boyfriend sent me the video that it's like a
Like a summary.
it's like a summary of the first one. He's like, you can
Okay.
watch this, but like it's probably better if you watch the full movie, obviously. But like you can get through a 20-minute YouTube video and then watch the second movie, and I swear to you, oh my god, yeah, I love it. That should have won movie of the year. I'll just say that.
Do you love it, like the story? Because I know it's
Yes.
beautiful and it's shot
All
beautiful.
of it. That's the thing. All of
The
it.
story, though, you like the story.
Yes, the story, the acting, the visual effects, the
No.
scenery. I like the story. Yes.
That's all I care about. Because
Kristen-
I'm not saying I don't appreciate beautiful movies, but
Yeah.
like,
But also the way that I was like on the edge of my seat, like fist
Okay.
pumping, like
Just
yeah, fuck yeah, get it, like yes,
get it.
I was hype.
Whoa, I just made a face and I felt
felt
my
it?
forehead. That felt weird. Okay, sorry. Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like I can appreciate a beautiful film, but if I'm really gonna sit down and like
Appreciate the plot.
I want to be
Yeah.
entertained.
Oh, it is. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. They ride gigantic
Worms,
worms,
right?
in the sand. That's their form. Oh my god. That's
their
trans-
PJ.
That's their PJ. But it's so fun. Like the way he gets on it.
PW private worm.
Ew. Okay, we gotta go.
Oh my god, when I laugh, I can feel my forehead. Like I feel it kicking in. I know. Hold on.
Please, I'm begging. What do you know?
I know. For Patreon, can you guys do us a favor?
The first guy who struck gold. I know. We sell this.
The first guy to know. For Patreon, can you guys like send it in ASAP? But like, because we're leaving. All seriousness though, if you could get in your entries a little bit early this week, because we're recording a day early because of travel and everything, and we want to get as many of your entries in as possible. So
Yes.
this is already a reminder. After you listen, go straight to Patreon, and
We'll also send you.
Also-
You know what? We'll send it a day before. So this is another reminder, but it's going to be another general advice. So if you don't know, we have a Patreon, and each week we give you an extra episode on Fridays. A lot of the times they have something to do with what we talked about on Monday, but at the end of the month we open it up for all general advice. So get those entries in.
get them in. Get it while it's hot. Fresh off the press.
Water.
Water.
You want some water?
Get your hot dog.
Nachos.
Nachos.
I could fuck up some nachos.
That's all I have to say about that. Comment down below any last minute Sedona recommendations. We have not quite the itinerary, but things can change. So anything cool, let us know down below, and we'll give you the whole rundown of the trip. I'm sure it'll be a story. I'm so excited for like my dreams. Like I feel like,
Ooh, yeah.
especially because Monica's coming too. I feel like Monica and I are gonna like astral project or something.
There's probably gonna be like some crazy vortex.
You're
or
gonna like walk in the room and be like levitating. Something's gonna like Monica's been saying it too. She's like, dude, let's
Something's gonna happen.
let's try and like channel some shit. I was like, I'm down.
Should we bring a Ouija board?
Not like that.
Okay.
Just like,
Also, not next episode, but the episode after that, we're taking a little break, just 1 week. Birthday festivities. We're gonna be out of town. We just won't have an episode for you guys that Monday. But the following Monday, we have quite the update for you guys. So make sure to tune in. That is going to be the 21st of
April. One day after 420. Easter's on 420 again.
You know what? I was walking around Soho the other day, and it was so nice out. And the last time we walked around Soho and it was so nice out, 420.
I think about that 420 a lot.
Oh my God.
We had such
It was
a fun day.
So we have to go back out there.
Absolutely.
For
Because it will
420.
be like, Didn't we see? We saw G-Eazy.
Yeah.
Or oh my god, in that ice cream cone. That's what I love about New York. Like you turn a corner and like pop up concert and like who's that? Like it's So yes, I'm down to go out. I was in Soho yesterday and it was really nice out, and I had kind of had that same thought. Not 420, but I was just like, oh, I forgot how cool Soho is when it's nice out.
Yeah, people are gonna be outside.
Everyone's just walking around. Like,
did you see the temperature went up for Saturday?
Even more?
78. It's supposed
Holy
to be 78 on
shit.
Saturday.
I gotta shave my armpits.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do.
All right, guys, we love you. Have a good week.
Love you
We will
guys.
see you guys soon.
See you.
Bye.